If we had just stayed in Texas and rolled over and they would have run us over with the maps, we would never be having this national discussion.
And welcome back to a special episode of Concepts of a Pod. I'm Simone here with Shayna, and in case you haven't heard, there's a lot going down with the Texas Legislature these days. As of our recording right now, the Texas Legislature did not reach quorum earlier today on Friday, August 8th, which means that Governor Abbott is going to have to call another special session. And then as of today as well, we did have the GOP Senator Cornyn say that the FBI did approve requests to assist in locating these House Democrats who have fled the state. They are in Illinois, New York, California. They're making sure that they are sticking up for what is right and they are avoiding reaching quorum there. There is no hearing scheduled so far on whether the Texas Attorney General's petition is going to make actual civil arrests of these state representatives from Texas. But Texas Democrats have said as of this morning that they will remain absent for about 2 weeks, the next 2 weeks. So we are sending them all of the support. We're also very lucky because today we were able to meet with Representative Rafael Anchía and talk a little bit about what it's like for them to be doing this and sticking up for democracy. Shayna, do you want to talk a little bit more about gerrymandering and this session in general before we go into our interview with the representative?
Yes. So for those of you who don't know what gerrymandering is, because it's kind of a weird, funny word, gerrymandering is when a legislature decides to recreate the way that all of the districts are split up within a map. And the gerrymandering part comes in is they will carve out specific neighborhoods to be in a district or outside of a district to try and split up votes. Democrats and Republicans gerrymander. A lot of people think just Republicans do. That's very untrue. And it would be, we would be liars if we told you that Democrats didn't do that too. But what happens is when they're carving out all those different districts that you live in, whether it's your, congressional, state senate, state representatives, city council, they will put certain neighborhoods in and out of districts to try and split up votes. In this case, in Texas, they are trying to, in the middle of a political season, redistrict the Texas map and split up all of the Democrat votes and split up all those communities and put them in different congressional districts to turn them into red congressional districts. This is something that is just, should be illegal and also just morally and ethically wrong. And this happens all over the country and specifically a lot of the time in red states. And the state legislature is the one who approves the maps for all of the redistricting, no matter what level it's on for, Congress, statewide or citywide. And since the Texas legislature is the one who does that, and that needs to go through the House first, that is why all of the Democrats have fled Texas. They can't make a quorum. And quorum, long story short, means that there is not enough people who are physically in the state who are able to do their job to meet and to pass these maps. That's why these Democrats had to physically leave the state. And I'm very proud to say that a lot of them are here in Illinois and Chicago. Our fearless governor, J.B. Pritzker, and the Illinois State Police are protecting all of these members because they're protecting our democracy. This is something that even though you may think it's just impacting Texas, if Texas were to pass these maps, that means that all these other states are going to follow suit, both Democrats and Republicans, and try to redistrict things mid-session and confuse people when they go to vote and realize that they actually don't live in the same district that they do anymore. I could get super, super deep into this, but that's the basic explanation of what gerrymandering is and what's going on right now in Texas.
Thank you so much for breaking that down for us. Today, we are joined by Representative Rafael Anchía. Like I mentioned, he represents District 103 in Texas as a state representative, and he is chairman of the Special Committee on Telecommunications and Broadband. And to our supporters, thank you so much for sending in all of your well wishes to the representatives from Texas that are standing up for what's right. And thank you for also submitting some great questions that we were able to ask. Also, just wanted to say a quick apology. we did have some technical issues on the representative side. You know how technology can go sometimes. So we had to do some makeshift recording today, but what the representative says is so important, and it was a great conversation we were able to have with him. So with that, we will pass it along to Shayna to interview the representative.
So one of the things that we do at New Digital now is we want to help lift up Americans' voices who feel like they've been lost. And so when we told people that we get the opportunity to speak with you, we asked them what questions they would like to ask you. And the number one question that was asked was, do you think preventing quorum will work? And can you kill this bill forever by not allowing a vote? Can you kind of like answer that and explain what all of that means to our supporters?
Yeah. So I'll back up a step and say that, the goal of the quorum break was never to stay out forever. I mean, that was just, you never want to set up goals that you're never going to be able to achieve. So just like in 2021, our goal was to pass the John Lewis Voting Rights Act out of the House of Representatives and then let Chuck Schumer and President Biden try to get it passed the Senate, right? We weren't going to be able to do what the president and the majority leader were ultimately unable to do, not from Texas. And so we know that the full force of the state legislature and state government is against us. So it is not, we currently have arrest warrants, civil arrest warrants. The FBI allegedly is after us. The Attorney General, our corrupt and disgraced Attorney General, has filed suit against us, both in Illinois and in Texas. The Texas Supreme Court, whom all elected Republicans, that's stacked against us. So we know that ultimately breaking quorum until 2026 is not feasible. And we also have sort of structural limitations. I mean, we're all dads, we're just a bunch of working slugs. We're a citizen legislature, and it's going to be hard for people to, not be able to be with their kids, not be at work. So all of those factors point to the fact that we have to have attainable goals. Goal number one, check. We've changed the debate on redistricting. Big deal. If we had just stayed in Texas and rolled over and they would have run us over with the maps, we would never be having this national discussion. Number two, get other states focused on redistricting to see if A, Texas backs down, or if they don't, if they move forward with the gerrymandering, to counteract that so that Donald Trump can't rig the next election, right? And check, that's happening. We expect maps from other states, at least one other state, to be dropped either today or Monday. Okay. And other states have put that in motion. So that's been a big win. And then finally, our goal is to run out the clock on this session. The governor has the ability to call session after session after session. We knew that going in. It was never a goal to stop successive special sessions. So we're going to run out the clock on this session. I suspect the governor will call another one. The next step after that is to fight in the courts, right? We testified in federal court for about 10 hours in early June on the existing maps. I suspect we will have civil rights groups file suit in federal court to try to stop these maps because they are clear violations of Section 2 of the Voting Rights Act if we can keep it. So that will be the next step if they pass this map.
Yeah, I just can't believe all of this is happening. It's hard to find words to, I guess, describe how everyone's feeling about this and just what they can do besides, supporting and sending, money and donating and things like that. What are other things that not just us, but everyone around the entire country or people who are in Texas, what are things that they can do to continue to help support all of your efforts and the Texas legislature's efforts throughout this whole process?
Well, money is always important. And, every $5 contribution, I've gotten some $2.50 contributions, sent to my campaign account. Love that. Really, really do appreciate it. And it's less the amount and more just people thinking about us. And that really buoys our spirits. The other thing that's, I think, really important, and I'm a person who believes in positive energy and good thoughts and prayer. So people who want to send us good thoughts, good vibes, prayers, well wishes, that's always terrific. And honestly, when our state office mailbox gets filled up with people saying you're doing the right thing, this is a historic moment. They always try to arrest the people who are on the right side of history, right? Those messages are incredibly heartwarming, and help center us, because this work is really hard. I got to tell you, I've broken quorum before, but it's hard. It's hard. And then finally, I don't believe that either Greg Abbott or the Trump administration will listen. But there is something at play here that crosses party lines, and that is there are going to be a lot of blue state Republicans that are going to lose their elections. I mean, they're just going to get redistricted out. And there is a bill at the federal level that a California and a New York Republican have filed to end mid-decade gerrymandering. You can call your member of Congress and ask that bill move, that Mike Johnson actually, be for that. And if it passed the House, I'm sure it would pass the Senate, because, you have senators, I think, who would be willing to not make this subject to the filibuster and prevent mid-decade redistricting. Obviously, Donald Trump's going to be against it, but for the good of our country, we need to stop this madness. And the Supreme Court opened the door for this last decade when they said, 20 years ago, when Texas did its first mid-decade redistricting, and they exacerbated it further when they said, "Oh, look, political redistricting is fine; doesn't matter when you do it," and it's insane. And we're seeing the rotten fruit of these decisions by the U.S. Supreme Court. And I think there's a real opportunity for Americans to come together behind a bill that bars mid-decade redistricting.
Definitely. I know we're almost out of time here, but I guess I'm gonna fill up your virtual mailbox here. We had a bunch of supporter encouragement that we wanted to share with you. These are a few of the comments that people made alongside when we asked if they wanted to share anything with you, and these are some of our favorites. Texas Democratic legislators, please do not cave into the GOP this time. It's easy for me to say, I know, but every American who cherishes our democracy is counting on you, including those who still don't realize it at this time. You are the heroes of democracy, and thank you for taking this bull by the horns. Your actions are absolutely necessary to save America, our democracy, and protect our votes so they will be counted and mean something. The president, Texas governor, and AG are all ruthless dictators ruled by their dark, hate-filled hearts. They do not represent the real people of this country. Thank you again for showing the nation what real leadership and compassion look like. Just a side note to share my commitment to you in return, I have sent a donation to Beto's organization, and let me know where else I can also send to help you out. Stay strong.
So nice. Thank you. Thank you, whoever that was. I appreciate it.
So we keep them all anonymous, but I think we got thousands and thousands of questions and replies and support encouragement. So unfortunately, we don't have time for me to read all of them off to you. But everyone around the country is supporting you. And we're really glad that we were able to take a few minutes to speak with you today and share some of our supporters' questions and encouragement for you. We're on your team. We're on your side here. But thank you again so much for your time, Representative. We really, really appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I'm grateful to all of you.
Like he mentioned, there is a way that you can support whether or not you are a Texan. If you go to riggedredistricting.com, it's spelled exactly how it sounds. You can find information such as finding your representative to call them and support the bill that the representative mentioned, or you can donate to the caucus and help them continue to stay out of state and avoid quorum, and also help with their expenses of paying their staff and all of the great stuff that makes government work, in addition to finding out more information on why they are doing this and what can come from it.
Yeah, thank you again so much to the representative for taking a few minutes to talk with us. And thank you to all of you for sending in questions and words of support. As we just heard, we know it means the world to them to receive all of that. And thanks for sticking with us, and we'll see you on our next episode.